This is a former brewery in Brewerytown, Philadelphia, and has now converted into lofts. Brewerytown is called Brewerytown because it used to be the area with the highest concentration of breweries in the state of Pennsylvania and probably the United States at the time. Within a 10 block radius, there were 11 breweries. Some report that there were between 20 to 30 breweries. I don't know if they're including the areas just outside the neighborhood boundaries or if they were actually were 20 to 30. So you hear different things. I've heard 11 breweries or up to 20 to 30. In the entire city of Philadelphia during its peak during the peak of brewerying in Philadelphia, there were over 700 or around 700 breweries in the entire city of Philadelphia. But if you're in a 10 square block radius or 10 block radius, and then there being 11 breweries, that's pretty impressive. And Brewerytown or Philadelphia is actually where where lagers were introduced in the United States. Prior to lager being produced, all beer produced in the United States were ales. The difference between ales and lagers is that ales or lagers are fermented at lower temperatures. And it was brought over by German immigrants. Lager was a German brewing method. Ales were English. Philadelphia, since its inception, had breweries. William Penn, the founder, had his own brewery. And during, so the first lager ever brewed in the United States was in Philadelphia in the in Northern Liberty section, which is just further down. If you take so the main thoroughfare through Brewerytown is Girard Avenue near the Schuylkill River. If you take Girard Avenue all the way down toward the Delaware River, that's you're in Northern Liberties. So the breweries in Philadelphia, or the lager producing breweries that were in Brewerytown, were started by German immigrants. There were a number of large breweries, including this one. This used to be Poth Brewery. I know that says Red Bell, but it was originally Poth Brewery. And all these brewery buildings were actually designed by a German-American architect. So all the German-operated breweries were designed by a German architect, so that's kind of cool. But after Prohibition era, the brewery industry in Philadelphia started to decline. So there are no longer. I don't know if there was at one point recently there was a brew pub here. I don't know if it's still operating, but it is Brewerytown because there used to be a lot of breweries here. And at one point during the 80s, for the first time in Philadelphia history, there were no operating breweries in the city for just a period of like a year or two before I think Sam Adams or some other brewery started operating. Now today you have Philadelphia Brewing Company, you have Yards, Evil Genius Brewery, so a number of craft breweries that are operating now. But Brewerytown is now a gentrifying neighborhood, not to the point of like Fishtown or Northern Liberties, but it's in the process of gentrifying, which may be a bad or good thing depending on your perspective. But along Girard Avenue, as the main thoroughfare, we have like a lot of the restaurants, shops that you'll find in the neighborhood.